Welcome to the first ever Cowboy Way program explanation video. In this video, I'm going to be going over some things that we'll be focusing on throughout this block. Just to touch on this stuff real quick, I think it's really important for you guys to know what we're doing and why we're doing it and the approach that we'll be taking to get there. That way, it all makes sense to you. None of this is just aimless fitness. We all, for everything we're doing, we have some sort of target or some sort of training effect that I'm going for to progress us through all different domains of our fitness. So when I say that, that also doesn't mean that we do it at the exclusion of everything else. So if I say, hey, we're gonna be focusing on lunges during this strength cycle, that doesn't mean that's the only thing we're ever gonna do. Like there's plenty of other places for us to fit stuff in. That's just something that is a thought out process that has a progression that is being focused on. So don't get too nervous if you see that we're focusing on something that you suck at. That's good, you're gonna get better at it. Or you hate, that's okay, you'll get better at it, you'll probably hate it less. But this is just to let you guys know that there is a game plan and there's a reason why we're doing what we're doing. So let's jump into the different modalities that we'll be getting into. In our strength department, we're gonna have a little bit more of a unilateral focus than normal. We're gonna be doing a lot of back rack lunges and tempo box step-ups for leg strength. So the way this will be set up for you guys are going to be an A and B week setup. So on one week, you'll be doing your back rack lunges, and then the following week, you'll be doing your tempo box step-ups. The movement descriptions on exactly what I'm looking for on those will be out to you in a YouTube video, just like this. So we're not going to dive into too much detail with that. But each week, we're going to be alternating. So either a back rack lunge or a tempo box step-up. And then one additional time during the week, this will not be part of the base program. This will be in the additional work to choose from. We will be doing bilateral squatting at least once a week. So whether that's a dip belt squat, a back squat, a front squat, or any overhead squat, any version of bilateral squatting, we're gonna have once a week in the program as well for the additional work. Now, if you're not really sure what the base program is versus the full program, be sure to check our first video that we put out kind of showing you what is base and what is the additional. So just a tiny retouch is your base program is what everyone's expected to do. That says warm up, weightlifting or skill, or metcons are gonna be labeled words. Everything that is gonna be that additional stuff that you guys can choose from, or if you're a competitive athlete, you can pick all of it, is labeled A, B, C. So be sure to check that out. So that's our leg strength stuff is gonna be the box step ups, being your back rack lunges and bilateral squatting. We're going to be doing 10 reps for the lunges and the step-ups. We'll be using an 8 RPE and then going through a linear progression of trying to add slightly more weight each week. And then by the end of that, hopefully you guys have significantly stronger legs throughout the range of motion. In our shoulder and arm strength, we're going to be doing some strict presses. So with a straight up barbell, just do a normal strict press. We're going to actually be testing in a 5 rep max, and then going through a progression of strength, and then testing your 5 rep max again at the end of that. That'll be paired with half kneeling dumbbell presses, so that movement will be out in the video as well. But you're gonna be doing, one knee down, single arm, getting full range of motion, working on getting your lockout, getting strength on one side. You'll probably notice you have one side that's way stronger than another, and that's totally okay. And I'll explain in each day's training if hey, do you use the same weight or do you adjust? So that's going to be one of our focuses, as well as we will be doing a lot of single arm carries, so using a dumbbell or kettlebell and getting comfortable with that full locked out position and being able to really support your body stacked on top of itself rather than having to kind of muscle it out the whole time. So finding that good stacked position and gaining strength there will be a focus for our arm strength. Now for our Olympic lifting focus, we're going to be using some pauses and some pulls, deadlifts, and lift offs to build positional strength throughout our lifts and really learn how to address or to drive through the legs and not necessarily just yank off the floor. So we'll be doing snatches and cleans every week, and you're going to be doing for the base program, it's going to alternate weeks. So if you're just planning on doing just the base, you're going to be doing snatches one week and then cleans the next week. And we'll be alternating between whether we're doing a pause at position 3 or a pause at position 2 or a pause in the receiving position. Now, if you're going to be doing the additional work, so going above and beyond the base, you guys are actually going to be doing snatches and cleans each week. To supplement that, then we're going to be doing snatch deadlifts and clean deadlifts and really getting strong throughout those positions. So those should emulate the exact same pull that you have during your full lift, but doing deadlifts and then lifts offs. And there is a little bit of a difference there, and that will be explained to you in a video on what exactly those movements are. But so just gaining strength and position throughout our Olympic lifting is going to be our main focus here. Same thing with the split jerk. You guys are going to be doing split jerks in the additional program. So in the base, we're not going to fit in the split jerk strength progression or the skill progression into the base program, but that will be in the additional cowboy weight program that if you're watching this video, you obviously have access to. So now in our gymnastic focus this block, we're going to be working on 2 skills, toes to bar and pull-ups. So the focus on these skills is to build your capacity through big unbroken sets. Now that means a lot of different things to different people. So our thought process is we're going to have a multi-tiered approach to this. So whether if you can do X amount of reps in a set unbroken, this is what you should do, and so on. So you'll fall in a rep range, and it'll give you some sort of a layout that's going to be work till a near maximal set, and then rest a predetermined amount of time. So those numbers are going to be adjusted whether you can do 20 plus pull-ups unbroken, or you can do 1 pull-up in a row. So everyone's going to have kind of a little bit of a separate progression depending on what category you fall in. But no matter what, we're all getting the same effect from this, is that we're all working on utilizing our hollow and arch positions to generate force efficiently and be able to really flow through these movements well and do them for an extended set or a big period of time. So that's our focus, is getting good at big sets for toes to bar and pull-ups. For our aerobic development, we're going to have 2 separate pieces that we'll be kind of progressing through during this block. Number 1, we're going to be testing in with a 15-minute max cal bike, yay, and a 15-minute max cal row. So once you guys do those, you'll have, this will all be broken down to you in your notes, but you're going to record your stroke rate, your average heart rate if you have a monitor, wear it, and your average pace for the entire test, and obviously the calories you got. Then, after we get through that test on the first couple weeks here, then we're going to go into our progression, which is going to be intervals of holding for like 5 minutes of work and 2 minutes of rest. You guys are going to try to hold that same pace or slightly faster that you had during your 15-minute test. And then each week, we'll try to just gradually increase the pace that you are being able to hold. And then into this, and we'll retest that. So not the most enjoyable piece ever, but damn good for your aerobic development. As well as that, 1 time a week, you guys are going to do a long, steady rate heart rate work. So this is going to require a heart rate for you to do this effectively, or heart rate monitor. So if you have an iWatch or a Garmin or a Polar or Fitbit or whatever the fuck it is, just make sure you can monitor your heart rate somehow. And we're going to do anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes of steady rate work in a zone 2, so like in the or this is a zone 3, my fault, at a 145 average beats per minute. It's going to be your target heart rate to hold throughout that duration, and we'll map your progress. So that's pretty much the sum up of our whole block. I really want to thank you guys for being a part of the Cowboy Way program right off the bat. That's really awesome to me. As soon as we launched, had so many of you guys jump on board. So thank you very much for being a part of this. Look forward to hearing back from you guys and what your guys' feedback is, how you're liking the program, and see how much you're kicking ass. All right, we'll see you soon.